Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Tisha Isaac, and this is the ielts 5.58 final speaking test. Please tell me your full name.
Um, TAM
No. Can you tell me your full name?
Hoàng Thị Thanh Tâm.
Yes.
Hoàng Thị Thanh Tâm.
Okay, so how may I call you?
Tâm. TAM.
From how old are you?
18.
Good. What can you tell me about your family?
My family. My father, my mother, my brother, and me.
And what does your mom do? What does your father do?
Sorry.
What do your parents do?
My parent, my my father is currently interpreters, and my mother is a teacher in high school.
Right. So we're going to start part one of the speaking test. There are three parts. Okay, part one, I will ask you personal questions about yourself. Part two, I'll give you a topic for you to talk about for 1 to 2 minutes. And then in part three, I'll ask you some follow-up questions about part two. Ready? All right, the first question is, do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a small house uh, in my countries. Um,
It's okay, come again.
I live in a small house in my countries, um, and I live in there well 10 years, and this brings several memories with me.
All right.
And currently is decorated to um, uh, suit my demand, my family.
Okay. How long, okay, I think I've answered this already. How long have you lived there? Give me more, okay? How long have you lived there?
Um, can you speak?
How long have you lived in your current house?
Mm, yeah, I'm asking for I live more than 10 years. Um,
So where were you living before you came here? Where were you living before you came to your current house?
mm, in Henan province, um, it's,
Let's go to the next question. Do you like your house?
mm, absolutely yes. Mm,
Tell me why.
it's in area that bring an area that brings several memories and um, an mm, ideal area for area to with my family, with my grandparents, and several trivial stories, and with my mm, mm, great memory with grandmother and
I want you to describe your house to me.
background. Mm, was
Describe your house, the structure. Tell me what it looks like, what you have inside, how many floors, how many rooms, okay? Yes, describe your house.
um, um, a small house mm, with um, a garden, a garden with several flowers that my grandmother, mm, my grandmother used to um, plant several flowers before before she before she died, and
Which is your favorite room?
Probably my bedroom. Mm, a trivial room, um, a small room with several things that I like, and I decor several things um, that suitable for my preference and my personalities, and it is an ideal area for me to relax and um, get rid of everything like crowded in the outside and really my chest.
Right, Tam, you're going to part two. And here I'll give you a topic and I want you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. But before then, you will have 1 minute to think about what you want to say. And you have the people already. You can write your response. So the topic is describe, no, don't write a topic, don't write it. Okay? Describe a time when you moved to a new house. Describe a time when you moved to a new house. Now you should say when this happened. That is part two. Let me go over again. Describe a time when you moved to a new house. You should say when this happened, why you moved, what kind of new house you moved into, and explain how you felt before moving home. So you have 1 minute to write down your response. Okay, Dan, your time is up. Please start talking.
When it comes to this particular topic, the first thing that spring to my mind is for that a time when I go to new house. In my summary right 1 year ago, my house is too old and it's not suitable for me to live, and my father have to reconstruct um, reconstruct um, to live, and I have to, and it's an unexpected situation with me because my family have my family recently had to overcome a difficult about financial, and I have to um, I have to um, go go a communication um, that my mother um, um, my mother um, my mother um, rent rented from a cousin. Um, I can imagine that I can imagine that situation because um, that's how girls very smart and can live for old for the whole family and even like is um, in not in not a living room so I so my father cannot cannot work so I think is and after 5 months I I finished my house and my family come back my to my new home.
Okay. So how did you feel before moving?
Mm, movie.
How did you feel before moving to the new house?
Mm,
Or how did you feel about moving to the new house? Was it an exciting feeling? Was it a mixed feeling? Or it was a sad feeling? Were you kind of nervous moving to a new house? What was it about? What was the feeling about?
I think is a great feeling.
So
Um,
you felt excited.
yes,
Okay. And what else?
when I have a chance to experience some new things and feel like um, uh, new feeling.
Okay. Now let's move to part three. And here I'll ask you some questions, okay, relating to part two. How easy is it to find a place to live in your country?
I think it's not so hard to find a new house in my country because um, there are several survive um, to find survive house and it is not too difficult to find find an ideal area to live with with inexpensive cost.
Okay. Do you think it is better to rent or to buy home? To buy your home?
Um, actually, I think it depends on the ability of each person. Uh, if a people have um, financial um, like told, they tend to uh, they tend to choose purchase to purchase um, house to live because it's convenient um, they can they can decorate everything that so that's we for the um, preference. But even though salaries they can rent house to to like um, to see for the ability.
At what age do you think young adults should stop living with their parents?
Mm, I think mm, young people these days should leave the home after 18 already, um, because um, an age that they have ability to study everything outside the world and study how to um, make and meet um, and how to um, um, how to face with the difficulty in life.
Right. Now, this will be the last question. How do people like to decorate their homes in your country? How do people like to decorate their homes in your country?
Actually, I think in my countries, um, people tend to decorate how much more um, mm, much simple, much more simple, and um, how to um, how to decrease how to decrease the cost to Switzerland, Switzerland, um, so Switzerland celebrities.
All right. Okay, time. That is the end of the speaking test. Thank you very much. Bye.